we had a full bird colonel that was a Baptist preacher. He was on the, and he gave me hell because these guys all got wind up because there's nobody there to pick us up at the train station.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to finally call around and haul around till I finally got a telephone operator who could speak English, and she called the base for me. They said, well, there's gonna be some people coming in, but we didn't know when, so we'll get a truck up there. So we had to sit and wait till they got a truck up. Well, by that time, these guys had all wound up getting wound up on their wine.
Mm-hmm.
And when we got to the base, I didn't even know them. See, I just got their damn records and their packages,
Yeah.
I haven't even looked at them even. I just had the package for all of them's name and everything.
Right.
I got to the base, well, I gave that to and then that colonel, he gave me hell. Put me to filling up diesel barrels on the Quonset huts. And I said, well, that's real tough. I've never done nothing like that before. So I started driving a truck, filling up diesel barrels, and I got real well acquainted with some people. And I was driving the truck. What got me acquainted was by accident. I came out of getting a load of diesel, and these people were walking around this hole of water, and I stopped, and one of the people got through to me and said, there's a little girl in there. And I said, well, why didn't somebody go after her? And it's too big feet, no bottom. I dove off in it. I come up with her, and they grabbed her then and started work with her. She drowned, but what they could do.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, after that, all those people in that little town of those, that's where this, that, they all knew me. And the old man that run the Exxon dealer there was also the dealer for the automobile, the French car and the French tractor, and he had 30-something Alice Chandler combines that threshed wheat.
Okay.
So he had all that going. Plus he had the diesel, and he for the base he sold the diesel to the base and
Oh wow.
all this stuff. So he become a kind of a friend of mine. So I got into some different things. I had an accident, killed a Frenchman, and there was a captain with me that we had served together on a water well drilling thing, and Clayton was he was a battlefield commission captain.
Oh wow.
He was tough as a boot, and he and I got into a deal, and nevertheless, they had a hearing. After we got a new colonel, Page came in, and Page was just the opposite. Page was a guy that was in the South Pacific on one of the islands that I went to while I was in China.
Mm-hmm.
We went over there to do some stuff. They had a typhoon that tore it up. I went over there helping them. Well, nevertheless, I figured out that when I got in, when I met him, he figured out where he met me. And so we got along good. And the was real amusing. I was doing mechanic work on heavy equipment, and I had got into it with a lieutenant. We went to move a crane, P&H crane, and we took the boom off.
Mm-hmm.
We always had a short boom, you know, you had a big long boom.
Right.
And we took the long boom off and put it on another truck. We got it on the dolly, 50-ton dolly. I said, now don't, we tied it down. I said, don't y'all take that, it's loose. You got to go through on the highway or something, you back up and you work it over till you get on there, because don't you take it loose there, because it'll set on it back in. Got that counterweight on it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, this Lieutenant Henson, whatever you want to call him, he was lieutenant in the Army, but he was a 90-day wanderer. Didn't know he was holding around. He took that, had him take that thing loose, and he just moved it over a little bit. But when he did, it set down on it, right in the middle of two highways.
Wow.
Then called, asked me where I was at. Get down here quick. We got both highways blocked. Well, I went down there. I hooked to it, but I had a 12-ton Diamond T wrecker that I was driving, operating with. I hooked it to it and I dogged it down best I could. And I could get on and give it all it had, and then just barely get it off the ground.
Dang.
So I said, now look, you give it all you've got, and I'll set it up. He said, what are you gonna do? I said, I'll set it up. I got on that thing, when he gave it a gun, I spun it just enough that it come over, and I thought it was gonna blow every tire on it. It hit every way.
Just a rock.
Yeah,
Boom, 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 boom,
that
boom,
way.
boom.
And so I got it dogged down again. And I said, now look, don't think that's Mr. Loser, it's yours. I'm not coming back. Oh, that pissed him off. He was.
Yeah, you were telling him how to do his job.
Well, I wasn't telling him, I was telling him what I was going to do.
Mm.
He tore him up. Well, then the next thing happened was he was in charge of the one platoon that went to Orleans Field to do work up there. And we get up there, and he had all these guys with working now. These are working people. He had them in fatigues, all right, but he made them all blouse their boots with cans in their boots, you know.
With cans?
Yeah, they had a can in there and they bloused the boots so that it would look good, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, to make it real nice and straight.
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
We went in there, and the colonel and I went in there, and that was the light colonel that had taken over Page. And Page, at that time I had had the accident, and this guy was on the board when they had a hearing. I went in for the hearing, and he said, well, I think we ought to make an example out of this sergeant. And old Captain Clayton said, I tell you what, Lieutenant, I think you and I should go outside and discuss it. And Page said, Lieutenant, you have my permission to go outside with Captain Clayton to discuss it if you'd like to.
Did he take that offer up?
Oh, hell no, he wouldn't let me go outside with Clayton. We'd already got into it. Another deal Clayton and I had. I'd already got chewed out, but canceled out on a deal there. Oh, Clayton was a character. but he and we got into a lot of things together, and so and Page really didn't, he didn't do anything to help us a lot. He helped us a lot. He didn't do anything against us.
Mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. I couldn't complain. We went. He tried to get me to go with. He went up to General White's staff, and Page did, and he tried to get me to go up. He said, "I'll get you a warrant job. You do that." I said, "No, I'm going back to my state. I've been here nearly 4 years, and I'm gonna go back to the American."
Mm-hmm.
And we had been in different things. I've been in 3 different countries drilling with Clayton to drill water wells on our bases.
Mm-hmm.
And different things, and all things changed. But I left there. I went to Bezos, France, waiting for my transfer back to the States. And
Right.
I got in down there. I went on a delaying route because I went down and took a delaying route vacation, like
Right. That's what I'm doing right now.
15 days.
Okay.
And I went to Spain
Traveled around a little
and
bit.
traveled around
Nice.
different countries, getting in Spain. And I got back in, no, I was 2 hours late. So they pulled my pass, and this colonel that we had there, he didn't do anything but the captain in that unit gave me 10 days restriction and 10 days restriction to the base.
Mm-hmm.
So Page came in civilian clothes, and he came in and said, "Well, let's go to town." And I said, "Hell, I can't." I said, I'm restricted to the base." He said, "Oh, you'd already screwed up again, huh?" And he said, "Well, come on, let's go to the orderly room." Well, we went down to the orderly room. I went in. He said, "Sarge," said, "I came down here from Germany to see this friend of mine. We like to go into town and can you get him off restrictions when we go into town?" And he said, "Oh, I can't do that. He's restricted to the base. He can't go nowhere." He said, "Well," said, "can I borrow your phone?" Sorry. He asked first, "I would like to speak to your captain then." And he said, "The captain's gone for the weekend." He said, "Well, could I borrow your phone?" He said, "Yeah." He handed him the phone. He dialed it. Said, "Colonel Haggard, this is Colonel Page from General White's staff. I came down here to see a friend of mine that he's restricted to the base. Did you have enough strength to get him a pass?"
Man.
he was sitting in with the patient. "Let me speak to the sergeant." And Sergeant Colonel Haggard would like to speak to you. He handed it to him. And we stood there for a minute, and he said, "Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. I'll get it done right away."
Man, that's hilarious.
So I went up and changed clothes, got civilian clothes, and came back, and Page and I, the colonel was already there in the staff car. He carried us down to the officers club. We had a few drinks, and then Page and I went downtown. the real amusing. I passed them, was pulled again. What was real amusing was, I was in Caroline one morning, and these first sergeants was talking. I heard it when I went by. He said, "You know that old boy?" He said, "Yeah, I know him." Said, "He's a nice guy, you're talking." Said, "Never gives anybody no crap at all." He said, "No, but said he knows some very real people somewhere." And he said, "Why, I told you a long time ago when you first got in here. The man never gives you any static, they just don't bother him."
Don't bother him, you'll be alright.
He said, "Well, I learned." And they, but real amusing. I came on back to state, got discharged. Those things happen.
Man, that's it's good. It's not what you know, it's who you know, huh?
Well, it's always been that way.
Yeah.
Even to me in life here,
Oh yeah.
it's what it's who you know. Most of the time.
When
Now and right now.
okay.
But I need